Most people know Jack Ma as the billionaire who founded Alibaba, one of the largest e-commerce companies in the world. Today, he is recognized as one of the most successful entrepreneurs in history. But what most people don't know is that before becoming a billionaire, Jack Ma faced rejection after rejection. He wasn't born into wealth. He wasn't a top student. He wasn't a technology expert. In fact, he failed so many times that most people would have given up long before they ever had the chance to succeed. The turning point that changed his life wasn't getting accepted. It was learning how to keep going after being rejected. Jack Ma was born in Hangzhou, China, in a family with very little money. As a child, he wasn't considered exceptional in school. He struggled academically and failed important exams more than once. While many successful entrepreneurs are remembered as brilliant students, Jack Ma's early years were filled with disappointment. He failed his primary school entrance exams, then his middle school exams, and later even struggled to get into college. Every setback made his dream seem farther away. But Jack Ma refused to stop trying. After multiple attempts, he was finally accepted into a local university where he studied English. He wasn't the smartest student in the classroom, but he was curious. He loved learning languages and often volunteered to guide tourists around his city just so he could practice speaking English. Every conversation helped him improve. Without realizing it, he was developing the communication skills that would later become one of his greatest strengths. After graduating, Jack Ma began looking for work. That's when the rejections became even worse. He applied for dozens of jobs. He was rejected over and over again. According to Jack Ma, he applied to around 30 different jobs and was turned down by every single one. He even applied to work at KFC when the fast food chain opened in his city. 24 people applied, 23 were hired. Jack Ma was the only one rejected. Imagine how discouraging that must have felt. Most people would have started believing they weren't good enough. Most people would have accepted that success simply wasn't meant for them. But Jack Ma made a different decision. Instead of allowing rejection to define him, he treated every rejection as a lesson. That mindset became the turning point of his life. In the mid-1990s, Jack Ma traveled to the United States for the first time. During the trip, he was introduced to something he had never seen before, the internet. Curious, he searched for information about China. Almost nothing appeared. That moment surprised him. He immediately realized that the internet would one day connect businesses and customers around the world, and he believed China needed to be part of that future. When he returned home, he decided to start an internet business. There was just one problem. Jack Ma knew almost nothing about computers. He couldn't write computer code. He wasn't an engineer. He wasn't a technology expert. Many people thought he was completely unqualified to build an internet company. Once again, people doubted him. Investors weren't interested. Friends questioned his idea. Some people even laughed at him. But Jack Ma had already become familiar with rejection. It no longer scared him. In 1999, he gathered a small group of friends inside his apartment and shared his vision for a company that would help small businesses sell products online. That company became Alibaba. The early years were incredibly difficult. The company struggled to make money. Competition was intense. Many businesses didn't trust the internet. There were moments when failure seemed almost certain, but Jack Ma continued believing in the future he imagined. Instead of focusing on short-term profits, he focused on helping small businesses grow. Year after year, Alibaba expanded. More customers joined. More businesses signed up. Eventually, investors who had once rejected him began paying attention. The company grew into one of the largest e-commerce platforms in the world. When Alibaba went public in 2014, it became one of the biggest stock market debuts in history. The man who couldn't get hired at KFC had become one of the richest people in the world. But the lesson from Jack Ma's story isn't about building an online marketplace. It isn't about becoming a billionaire. And it isn't about creating a global company. The real lesson is about rejection. Most people treat rejection as proof they should quit. Jack Ma treated rejection as proof that he needed to keep improving. Every failed exam taught him resilience. Every rejected job taught him persistence. Every person who doubted him made him even more determined. The turning point wasn't founding Alibaba. It wasn't becoming rich. It wasn't ringing the opening bell on the stock exchange. The turning point was the moment Jack Ma stopped fearing rejection and started seeing it as part of the journey, because rejection doesn't decide your future. Your decision to keep going does. And that's the rejection that made Jack Ma a billionaire.